Welcome to our countdown of the most terrifying high-speed police chases caught on dashcam. You better not run from the police. We've got it all. Twisted metal, reckless drivers, and the long arm of the law in hot pursuit. These stories will have you on the edge of your seat, wondering how it all ends. So strap yourselves in because things are about to get intense. Picture this. The 405 freeway, bumper to bumper, the sun setting over the LA skyline. Suddenly a flash of red streaks past, weaving through traffic at a breakneck pace. It's a stolen Corvette, and the driver's a desperate man with nothing to lose. The police are on his tail, sirens screaming, lights blazing, but this guy's determined to outrun them. He's pushing that car to its limits, dodging in and out of lanes, narrowly avoiding collisions. Helicopters circle overhead, their cameras capturing every heart-stopping moment. This chase has it all. Near misses, screeching tires, and the constant threat of a catastrophic crash. Innocent drivers swerve and brake, caught in a real-life game of high-speed cat and mouse. The minutes stretch into an eternity as the pursuit continues. The driver of the Corvette is playing a dangerous game and everyone's holding their breath, wondering how it's going to end. Will he escape justice or will the long arm of the law finally catch up to him? The police are closing in, their strategy shifting as they try to box him in. The pressure is mounting and the driver of the Corvette is starting to crack. He makes a desperate move, cutting across multiple lanes trying to find an escape route. But the police are ready for him, their training and experience paying off as they anticipate his every move. With a final burst of speed, the Corvette attempts to squeeze through a gap that's simply not there. Metal screams against metal as he collides with another vehicle, bringing his desperate run to a crashing halt. We're headed down south to Texas where everything's bigger, even the police chases. The vast landscapes and endless highways set the stage for some of the most dramatic pursuits you'll ever witness. This time, it's a stolen 18-wheeler, a massive vehicle that dwarfs everything else on the road, barreling down the highway like a runaway train, its sheer size and speed making it a formidable force. The driver's a wanted fugitive, a man with nothing to lose and everything to gain by evading capture, and he's not going down without a fight. His criminal record is long, and he's determined to add this chase to his list of infamous escapades. The truck rumbles through small towns, its presence a stark contrast to the quiet, peaceful streets, leaving a trail of dust and terror in its wake. Residents watch in horror as the massive vehicle disrupts their daily lives. Police cruisers struggle to keep up, their engines straining to match the truck's relentless pace, their sirens echoing through the vast Texan landscape, a constant reminder of the high-stakes chase unfolding. The driver's using the truck's size to his advantage, maneuvering it with surprising agility, pushing other vehicles off the road like they're toys, creating chaos and endangering countless lives. The sheer size and weight of the truck make it a deadly weapon, a battering ram on wheels, and the police know they need to end this chase before someone gets killed. They're calling for backup, coordinating with multiple units to devise a strategy, hoping to coordinate a plan that will stop this madman before he causes any more damage. The chase rages on, a relentless pursuit that tests the limits of both man and machine. Crossing county lines as the sun beats down on the endless highway, the heat adding another layer of intensity to the already high-pressure situation. The driver of the truck is relentless, his desperation palpable as he pushes the vehicle to its limits. Fueled by desperation and a reckless disregard for human life, his every move is a gamble, a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Helicopter footage captures the chase from above, providing a dramatic perspective of the unfolding chaos, giving us a bird's-eye view of the chaos unfolding below, a scene of utter pandemonium. The truck plows through roadblocks, its momentum unstoppable, scattering police cars like bowling pins, the officers inside scrambling to regain control. The police are running out of options, their strategies exhausted. They can't let this chase continue indefinitely, the risk to public safety growing with every passing second, but they also can't risk using deadly force with so many innocent lives at stake. It's a delicate balance, a tightrope walk between action and restraint. As the sun begins to set, the golden hues casting a surreal glow over the Texan plains, casting long shadows across the Texan plains, the chase takes on an almost cinematic quality. The driver of the truck makes a fatal mistake, a wrong turn that seals his fate. He veers off the highway, hoping to lose the pursuing officers in a maze of dirt roads, attempting to lose the pursuing officers in a maze of dirt roads, but his plan quickly unravels. But he's underestimated the tenacity of the Texas Highway Patrol, their determination unwavering. They follow him into the back roads, their vehicles kicking up clouds of dust as they close in on their target. The endgame in sight. The truck is losing speed, its tires struggling for grip on the uneven terrain. The end is near, its tires struggling for grip on the uneven terrain. The end is near, and the driver knows it, and the driver knows it. His desperation reaches a fever pitch as he makes a last-ditch effort to escape. But it's too late. The police have him surrounded, their guns drawn as they order him to surrender. The chase is over, but the story will be told for years to come. Hold on to your helmets, folks, because this next chase is a wild ride through the Sunshine State. We're talking about a motorcycle pursuit that'll have you gripping your seats. It all starts in Miami, where a young man on a high-powered sport bike decides to ignore a red light. Big mistake. A patrol car spots him and tries to pull him over, but the biker has other plans. He guns the engine and takes off, weaving through traffic like a caffeinated wasp. The chase is on, and the Miami streets become a high-octane obstacle course. The rider's skills are undeniable. He's dodging cars, trucks, and pedestrians, with an almost supernatural ability to anticipate their moves. The police are in hot pursuit, but this guy's riding like the devil himself is on his tail. He leads them through crowded streets, narrowly missing pedestrians and causing near accidents at every turn. The officers are forced to maintain a safe distance, knowing that one wrong move could have disastrous consequences. The chase spills onto the freeway, where the biker really opens up the throttle. He's hitting speeds that would make even the most seasoned racer sweat. The police helicopter struggles to keep up, its pilot amazed by the rider's audacity and skill. But even the most skilled rider can't outrun the radio. The police set up a perimeter using their vehicles to create a moving blockade. The biker is trapped, his escape route slowly being cut off. He makes a desperate move, trying to squeeze between two patrol cars. It's a gap that no sane person would attempt, but this guy's operating on adrenaline and a healthy dose of insanity. We're heading to the Big Apple, where even the taxi drivers have a need for speed. New York City, a place where the hustle and bustle never stops, and the streets are always alive with energy. This is the story of a routine fare that turned into a white-knuckle chase through the heart of Manhattan. What started as just another day on the job quickly escalated into a high-stakes pursuit. It all starts with a stolen taxi, a desperate criminal, and a whole lot of yellow cabs. The thief, driven by desperation, hijacks a cab, thinking it would be his ticket to freedom. Imagine this: Times Square, the crossroads of the world, buzzing with tourists and flashing billboards. It's a place where dreams are made, and sometimes where nightmares unfold. Suddenly, a yellow taxi comes screeching around a corner, its horn blaring, its driver a man on a mission. The cab weaves through the dense traffic, its driver showing no signs of slowing down. But this is no ordinary fare. The police are hot on his trail, their sirens piercing the air, their lights flashing like beacons in the night. The police are on his tail, sirens wailing, lights flashing, trying to navigate the crowded streets without causing a major incident. Every turn, every intersection, is a potential disaster. The taxi driver, however, seems to have no such qualms, weaving in and out of traffic, ignoring red lights, and using pedestrian crossings as shortcuts. His reckless driving turns the streets into a chaotic maze. This is a chase scene straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, except it's all too real. The adrenaline is palpable, the tension mounting with every passing second. The sound of screeching tires mixes with the cacophony of the city that never sleeps, creating a symphony of chaos. The city's usual rhythm is disrupted by the frantic pace of the chase. Pedestrians scatter as the taxi barrels down sidewalks, narrowly missing hot dog vendors and souvenir stands. The streets, usually filled with the hum of daily life, are now scenes of panic and confusion. The driver's a madman, but he's also a skilled driver, maneuvering that yellow behemoth through the urban jungle with almost balletic grace. His ability to navigate the tightest of spaces is nothing short of remarkable. The police are doing their best to keep up, but the taxi has the advantage. Its familiarity with the city's labyrinthine streets gives it an edge. It blends in with the hundreds of other yellow cabs that clog the streets of New York, disappearing and reappearing like a phantom. The city's iconic yellow taxis become both a camouflage and a curse. The chase continues through Midtown, past iconic landmarks like Rockefeller Center and Radio City Music Hall. These familiar sights become the backdrop for an extraordinary pursuit. Tourists stop and stare, their smartphones held high, capturing the action for posterity. They can't believe their eyes, witnessing a scene that seems straight out of a movie. Little do they know they're witnessing a real-life crime drama unfold before their very eyes. This is New York City, where the line between reality and fiction often blurs. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next chase is a scorcher. We're heading to the Arizona desert, where the sun beats down with unforgiving intensity, and the only thing hotter is the action. This is a place where the landscape itself seems to challenge anyone daring enough to traverse it. It all starts with a stolen Jeep, a cloud of dust on the horizon, and the relentless pursuit of the Arizona Highway Patrol. The stakes are high, and the tension is palpable. Imagine this, a vast expanse of desert, stretching as far as the eye can see, the only signs of life the occasional cactus, and the shimmering heat haze rising from the baked earth. It's a scene straight out of a Wild West movie, but this is real life and the danger is very much present. Suddenly a plume of dust appears in the distance, growing larger by the second. The anticipation builds as the dust cloud gets closer, revealing the source of the commotion. It's a stolen Jeep Wrangler, its engine roaring like a wounded beast as it tears across the unforgiving terrain. The driver is pushing the vehicle to its limits, navigating the harsh landscape with a mix of desperation and determination. Behind it, kicking up a dust storm of its own, is a convoy of Arizona Highway Patrol vehicles, their sirens barely audible above the roar of engines and the whine of the desert wind. These officers are no strangers to high-speed chases, but this one is pushing them to their limits. The driver of the Jeep is a desperate man, running from his past, or perhaps towards an uncertain future. His face tells a story of fear, resolve, and a glimmer of hope that he might just outrun his pursuers. Whatever his reasons, he's chosen a dangerous path, one that leads through one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. The desert is a formidable adversary, with its scorching heat and treacherous terrain. The chase rages on, the vehicles bouncing and swerving across the rugged terrain. Each bump and jolt is a reminder of the perilous nature of this high-speed pursuit. The sun beats down, baking the earth and turning the inside of the Jeep into an oven. The heat is relentless, sapping the energy of both the driver and the pursuing officers. The driver's face is streaked with sweat and grime, his eyes bloodshot from fatigue and desperation. Every second counts, and he knows that slowing down could mean the end of the line. The officers in pursuit are seasoned veterans of the desert, but even they are pushed to their limits by this relentless chase. Their training and experience are being tested like never before. They know this terrain like the back of their hands, but the Jeep driver seems to have an uncanny knack for finding every hidden canyon and dry wash. It's as if he's been preparing for this moment his entire life. Hours turn into a blur of dust, engine noise, and the relentless glare of the sun. The chase seems never-ending, a test of endurance for both man and machine. The Jeep is battered and bruised, its tires slashed and its bodywork dented, but it keeps going, driven by a force of will that seems to defy logic. The driver refuses to give up, pushing forward despite the odds. Thanks for watching. Remember, running from the police is never a good idea. Stay safe and subscribe for more intense chase footage. We'll be back with more heart-stopping stories of criminals trying to outrun the law. Until then, drive safe and stay on the right side of the law.